Partnered by Times Influence.
We work to earn money. We want to invest wisely to see that hard-earned money grow. The salaried class, owing to a fixed income, is saddled with many challenges. Monthly expenditures, unforeseen expenses, social spendings, to name a few. With limited funds in hand, how then can working individuals plan their investments to be able to achieve their financial goals? On this episode of Nivesh, our financial experts will guide some working professionals on how to efficiently plan their financial future and also guide them on the essentials of investments.
There's no formal training in terms of what I'll be investing in. There's no proper guidance in terms of what I need to invest in.
So let's do that. We'll start in the next 1 or 2 weeks.
From what I know, I just know that mutual funds sahi hai, probably because of all the ads that I've been seeing.
So I feel it's really important for me to have a long-term strategy.
Yeah.
People save via RD, bank RD or gold. So that's the two things I know.
That more to make sure that me and my
One of the reasons I'm here because I'm really looking forward to educate myself a lot through this session.
Hello and welcome to the Association of Mutual Funds in India and Times Network present Nivesh, a pan-India investor education initiative that aims to educate every Indian on how they can invest their money into mutual funds. Now on this episode, we're joined by a group of working professionals and we're going to talk to them about their financial aspirations and also help them plan for a brighter financial future. Joining me on the episode are two financial experts who will help decode the financial concerns of these young working professionals. Allow me to introduce them to you. First up is Rupa Venkatkrishnan. She's a finance personnel. Welcome to the show, Rupa.
Thank you.
And we have Harshvardhan Rungta, who's a CFP with Rungta Securities. Welcome to the show, Harsh.
My pleasure.
All right, let's start now. First, Rohit, tell us a little bit about yourself and what's your financial aspiration?
So I'm Rohit. I've just completed my MBA, prior to which I've done my engineering in IT. I used to work with a couple of places. Currently, I've been freelancing. And yeah, I love animals. I want a stable job as of now, but right now I'm freelancing, like I said. But I'm looking out for stable jobs. Other than that, I also want a secondary source of income because down the line I want to start an animal shelter of my own or an NGO that would help animals, majorly abandoned animals if possible. People don't have a place for them to stay, and that is a major reason where most of the animals are left back on the streets or they just die out and there's no proper medical care given to them. It is my dream to start an animal shelter of my own, and I'm taking steps. I've started saving as much as I could, to make this dream come true.
Rupa, you want to share your thoughts on that for Rohit?
So Rohit, you have a noble thought of creating something which you are dreaming
Thank
for,
you.
and you said that I just heard between saying that you have a timeline of 5 to 10 years.
Yes.
First thing is, all of us, we need to understand saying that whenever you have your aspirations and dreams, we need to put a plan. Second, we need to have a time log. Third, we need to have a budget that what exactly would cost exactly, because you will have to bring in that costing element to that whole dream. And obviously after that would be the discipline of savings, where we would be able to help you to create that savings over a period of, to invest your savings and see that you have a corpus to create all your dreams.
Let's go on to Arpan. Arpan, tell us a little bit about your story and what's your financial aspiration?
My name is Arpan Vadera. I come from Chandigarh and I am currently working in an ad agency in content strategy. My financial aspiration is starting up my own content agency or a platform where I can get artists, help them create content and, work with clients. The other aspect would be buying an art gallery for my father and, doing philanthropic work. Through it, getting uprising artists and giving them a platform through that gallery. I think I wrote this goal back down when I was in 7th grade in one of my diaries that I used to write. And it's still there with me. It's like one of my life goals, the ultimate goal that I want to go ahead with.
Well, Arpan, there is going to be specifically a shift, a paradigm shift in the source of income that you have. So at this juncture, you have a secure job wherein you're getting a fixed monthly pay. So that's one kind of a life, okay? When you move out on your own, okay, which is setting up your own studio, building up business of your own probably, and at the same time buying a gallery or setting up a gallery. So there's going to be a paradigm shift in the source of income, how you manage money, how you take care of yourself in that period. So what I would advise you at this juncture is, while you have a secure source of income, this is the best time that you can start saving up. So ideally, we would talk about an individual who's young as you to save about at least 50% of your income. So whatever you're earning, okay, because you have an aspiration to go freelancing, you have an aspiration to go out on your own after a while. Today, when you have a secure source of income, please start saving as much as possible. And the good part is, we've seen development in the investment products as well. There was a time when our forefathers would sit and think of investing, there would be limited options. Now we have fund houses offer you products which you can invest for a day going up to even 20, 30 years. Right. Yeah. So the underlying fact for you would be, you have a secure source of income right now. Try and make the most of it.
Yeah, Ankita, I want to tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Ankita Mukherjee. I'm 24 years old. I stay in Mumbai with my family. I have studied food technology. Then I started working for a company. But very soon I realized that the job, this entire domain did not give me the moral satisfaction that I yearned for. So gradually I got introduced to the subject of public health, which is when I joined this new startup non-profit organization. So I realized that there is this huge section of a society that is grossly neglected. So that is why I like this field, and I want to get a more professional degree done in public health, preferably from an international university. My major concern right now, so if I plan on taking an education loan, so my major concern would be repayment of the loan, simultaneously to save some money for the future if I want to buy a house in the future. So those are the two things that I am looking for in the coming 4 to 7 years.
So the first thing is, as you have a limited resources at this point of time to go and study abroad, and you have to take an education loan, you will have to take some financial assistance from your parents, which means saying that even if you take a loan, there would be some amount of pledging or something which the banks would need. So you will take an initial help from your parents and family to take that. Once you start getting into your career, then I think as the income flows in, you will have to again start budgeting, living within your means, start saving exactly what, how there are financial products which are available from 1 day to 20 days to plan and say that how do you repay your loans in the next 5, 7, 10 years and become financially stable to see that which is your next goal to achieve, to buy a home for yourself.
It's the idea. So you have to get that discipline to keep doing it regularly, and it might be a little tough at the beginning, but once you get a hang of it, it just grows on you, you could say that. Korak, Harsh and Rupa, he's a quite interesting story. He's an anchor and aspiring actor. So let's hear from Korak.
My name is Korak Roy. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Calcutta. I did my studies from Calcutta St. Xavier's College. I studied film studies. Movies have been my passion ever since I can remember, ever since I was a child. And that's why I want to do an important acting course from this school called Actor Prepares, from the legendary actor Mr. Anupam Kher. That has quite a high fees. So Bombay is a crazy city, you know. I mean, I moved with all my luggage because I knew with the little means that I have, I can't do to and fro traveling. So I moved with all my luggage and I started giving interviews. And in 2 weeks' time, I had 3 jobs to choose from, and I chose one of them. I started working as an entertainment anchor. But it took me a good 4 or 5 months to get a place via rent, a small little place that I could call of my own. And even from there, I was asked to leave in 2 weeks' time because the landlord needed the house or something. So that was the notice I got. So along with the dream, the passion that is there to become an actor, the one quantifiable goal that I have is to have a house of my own, a flat of my own in Bombay. So yeah, that is definitely there, and that is something I want to move towards as well.
I like the clarity that you have in your mind along with the quantum of money that you require. Because what happens is usually when you're looking at aspirations, your goals, you tend to believe that I want to do X and Y. I want to achieve this in the in next 5 years, 10 years, etc. But you don't quantify it. So you have to quantify what exactly is that you want. So in your case, the good part is the fee commitment that you have, that is 3.5 lakhs, and education, investing into education. So this is going to be basically the first step towards your career. So well, in that context, you did mention earlier that you have some bit of savings towards it. What you're currently doing is going to get you some source of income. And considering the events that continue to happen, looking at you, I'm sure you'll manage something for yourself in the next couple of months as well. So as I mentioned, there are investment options which allow you to invest even for a day, a couple of months. So these are liquid funds. Okay, they give you a return which is better than a bank savings account would give you, and there is a flexibility to infuse money into it whenever you earn it and take it out whenever you need it. So instead of leaving it in your savings bank account, please make sure you park it at least in a liquid fund. So this starts earning for itself again. Again, when you have certain new source of income, park that money there. Okay, when you accumulate the kind of money that you have for your acting course, that time you can obviously use it to pay your fee. And once you get some more stable source of income, then you start looking at long-term goals, which is buying a house.
In fact, Korak and all you guys also, if you just need any more information, you can visit the website mutualfundsahihai.com. That has a lot of inputs, a lot of easy to see videos also that can help you. Shail, let's hear from you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Shail Bajaria. I'm an architect from Mumbai. After working for 2 years at an architectural studio, I've started up my own practice. So my first, I think, aspiration would be to get a studio space, which is really difficult in our city. I'm sharing this journey with a close friend of mine who I also went to college with. So this is something that we'd always spoken about. Eventually, both of us went to like different studios and got a lot of experience, but always in the back of the head, we always had that idea that eventually, you want to be taking these decisions yourself and to be able to actually conceive these ideas and design these ideas and sketch. And there's a sort of different, I would say, a different joy to handling all of these stages of a design, and when you can really call a design your own. It's something that it's an aspiration, but I wouldn't say we've really started planning.
Rupa, you want your takes on this?
So you have an aspiration to, you already set up maybe a partnership firm with your friend.
Yes.
Correct? So I'm sure you would have drawn on your drawing board what exactly that partnership firm has a vision and an aspiration basically for both of you to do. Second important, I'm sure you would have done a cash flow of what kind of a cash flow that is built up over a period of time. As you also mentioned, saying that you started doing some work, correct, freelance work, which is your interior designing and all. So I'm sure that cash flows have been put in, right? Yeah. So exactly as Harsh said, when you have the cash flow which is coming in, you need to work out saying that what is your fixed cost, your salaries, your thing, your commitments, and say that how much you want to put it in a liquid fund so that you earn better than the fixed deposit. So basically all of you need to understand one basic thing is saying that as you put in so much of effort on your careers and aspirations, it's very essential to learn about financial literacy and about financial products which are available, which is better than what, so that you can improve your investment process also. What I have just observed saying that most of you are so career oriented and so much get into making money and spending money and aspirations, but there is very little that we go and get ourselves educated to find out what is all I need to also do to see that my money works for me. So it's very important for all of you to put that time frame, say how do I start my investment process, a liquid, and what are my needs in what is it that I require in 3 years, what is that I require in 5 years. So you have short-term funds for a shorter period of time for 3 years plus. Second thing is you have equity-linked savings schemes which the mutual funds offer, which also can take as a tax saving process for you, which you can systematically invest on a month-on-month basis. You can start saving and also take a tax exemption, bring a corpus for yourself.
Rupa, could you shed some more light on the ELSS, which is the Equity Linked Savings Schemes? So what exactly is it and how could it be beneficial for these guys?
So you have to save taxes, right? So what are the different instruments which give you tax savings? That's what first we need to analyze. It could be an LIC policy. Second thing is it could be a public provident fund which the government offers. Then you have health insurance policies, etc. And then you have equity linked savings schemes with the mutual funds offer. Okay, there also you can save and take a tax exemption. There the investments are into equity funds, correct, but with a 3-year lock-in, and obviously you will have a 3-year period that you need to invest in those funds. But the best thing is you can invest on a regular basis, on a month-on-month basis, and take that whole tax exemption rather than pooling all your money at the end of the year and struggling and borrowing money to save your taxes. This is a disciplined way of saving taxes.
Thanks so much, Harsh. Thanks so much, Rupa, for being here. But before I let you go, I'd just love for you to draw up a financial roadmap for our guests here. Great, Rupa, Harsh, thanks so much for that. Harsh, if you could just read out some of the salient points that you have listed down. Let's start with Arpan.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Arpan, I've just got 3 points for you. Simple, easy to remember. Yeah. The first, as I said, you have a steady source of income. So, I'd really like you to maximize your savings and investments during this period because you have salary. So, try and make and save as much as possible. You can and you have the potential right now to develop a second source of income. Now, the third point, which I have kept common for both that I'm going to talk about, one, and very clear, do not lose sight of the days when you will not be able to work. That is your retirement.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so that's for Arpan.
Great, great. And then if you can share your thoughts for Korak, the financial roadmap for Korak also.
So Korak, for you, as I said, all your current savings that you have, put that to maximum use. Whatever little it may mean that you're getting about 3.5–4% in your savings bank account. Instead of that, try and maximize it and try and get more out of it. So liquid funds is something that you must start investing into so that you'll start earning a little more than the bank savings account that you have. Any income that you get in addition to this, please start parking it aside into liquid funds. Now, another important part for you is that you need to continue to be frugal with your lifestyle. Okay, so that it helps you sustain during those auditioning periods. And the third point for you is again the same thing that I mentioned to Arpan. Do not lose sight of the days when you're not going to be able to work. Remember this, it's very important. And a 1 day's income that you set aside today will help you so much during those days, you will not be able to imagine. So these are the 3 points for Korak.
Thank you so much, Harsh. Rupa, over to you. If you could start first with Rohit.
So Rohit, from the interactions that we've had, I think I want you to just make a complete roadmap. You have dreams and aspirations, but I think somewhere you've not laid down your roadmap. Okay. Secondly, the timeline and the cost, the budgeting that exactly would be required after 5 years, 10 years to set up that. So you have to do a lot of groundwork to understand where you have a lot of animal shelters which are being run in this country or in these cities. How much does it cost and what is viable and what is not? Yes. So that's very important. Second thing is, as you said, you're freelancing now. I think you have to be seriously freelancing and saying that how you put aside a lot of your funds regularly to save and achieve your goals.
Very true. Yeah? Thank you for that, Rupa. And next up for Ankita.
The first thing as you put aside your savings, that could be your principal for your education loan. But I am 100% sure you will have to take your parents' help initially to see that they help you come as a guarantor for your home loan, for your studying loan, and so that they can help you over a period of time. Once you finish your education, you are in you could be working in an NGO, but I'm sure there is an income which will flow in. You will have to live a frugal life initially, save prudently, efficiently so that your money earns better than what you are earning. and repay your loans, and then you have a plan and aspirations for your home loan.
And finally, for Shell.
Shall you've started a partnership firm, you've started on your own, and you want to have a place of your own. Obviously, as Harsh said, buying a property in Bombay is very expensive. You should look at what is a rented place that you can have, which is a place where you can have a rented place. There are so many options in Bombay city. First, make your cash flows in your partnership firm. What's the cash flow that's coming? What's the kind of expenditure that you're incurring? Fixed income, fixed expenses, fixed income that is coming constantly. Plan your savings every month, saying that what is that you can put aside in your business, because there could be some months where you won't have work, but you still have certain expenditure which goes on. So you have to put aside something as a contingency fund which comes, and that contingency fund has to be the expense that runs your partnership firm for the next 6 months. One important thing which is required, because you are in a partnership firm, you need something called as a key man insurance. There are only 2 individuals as partners you have gone into. If something happens to one partner, the organization goes for a complete standstill, because each of you bring in your own expertise into the business and your intellectual capacity. So the other individual, if something happens to a partner, should not get impacted financially. Also, obviously, he is emotionally impacted, but there would be a financial implication. So key man insurance will help you as an all. So you should think about that.
Let's hand these over to our guests here. Well, thank you so much, Rupa. Thank you so much, Harsh, for that. Thank you, guys. And it was a pleasure to have you guys on the show. And I'm sure you're taking back some pearls of wisdom. Do read this regularly, listen to this, go by their advice. Like I said, also do your bit of research. You can log on to mutualfundsahihai.com. And also, I would urge you to take the pledge that I have taken to invest one day's income into mutual funds. You too can join our movement of Jan Nivesh and invest your one day's income into mutual funds. All you need to do to take the pledge is give a missed call on 1-800-833-666, or you can log on to our website, which is jannivesh.in. That's all on this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and do remember to keep investing.
So once you start your career, it's very important to also look at your financial goals, your financial aspiration, to bring in financial prudence. As I said, saying that you need to know how to make your money work for you better, so that your financial aspirations are achieved over a period of time.
Indians save the most out of their income. So we like to save. We save about 30% of our income, and that's the highest across the world. If we are saving that much, are we still the wealthiest in the country, in the world? No, we're not. So despite saving a lot of money, we don't really land up creating that much wealth for ourselves. Why we don't do that? Because we don't invest in the correct product. So why an initiative like Jan Nivesh, for instance, will guide people to invest in the right product.
So actually, when I'd come here, my idea about mutual funds and investments were very vague. I have a better understanding. I think post discussion with the financial experts, I have a clearer picture, especially the roadmap. It has been indeed helpful.
I wasn't really expecting anything. I was like, ठीक है, पैसा आता है, पैसा जाता है. For now, till now, the only thing I knew about saving is, okay, put something in your bank account, probably in an FD or probably in equities, because my dad invests in it. But learning so much over here, I now want to dig deeper in.
It's adulting, nobody tells you how to do it except from your parents. But a place like Jan Nivesh and the whole show, the whole concept of, helping us mapping our financial roadmap was really amazing and eye-opening.
I have had liquid cash for a long time now, and it's just been static. But after the session that we had here today, I think I'm going back with a lot more knowledge about mutual funds, and exactly how I can turn that static money into growing money through investing in them.
But today definitely helps me understand them better, because I only understood these things as very being a creative professional. I understood very little about them initially. So today definitely helps me to understand them better to begin with, and which is why I would say I would show a lot more trust in probably investing in them further. So the experts definitely helped me that way.
I pledge
to invest one day's income
in mutual funds.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
Partnered by Times Influence.